Have you ever heard of a forest so haunted that people disappear without a trace and UFOs are spotted regularly? Today we venture into Hoia Baciu, Romania's very own Bermuda Triangle. What dark secrets does this forest hold? Stay with us to uncover the spine-chilling truth. Welcome back, fearless explorers! Today we dive into the heart of Romania to uncover the terrifying secrets of the Hoia Baciu Forest. Known as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, this place is shrouded in mystery and fear. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained disappearances, Hoia Baciu has it all. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Before we get started, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay updated with our latest adventures into the unknown. Have you ever experienced something paranormal? Share your stories in the comments below. Your story might be featured in our next video. Hoia Baciu Forest, located near Cluj-Napoca, has been a hotspot for paranormal activity for decades. Named after a shepherd who disappeared along with his flock of 200 sheep, the forest has since been synonymous with eerie disappearances and ghostly sightings. The shepherd's disappearance sparked a series of mysterious events that continue to this day, with many locals avoiding the forest after dark. The eerie tales have only grown with each passing generation, making Hoia Baciu a focal point for those seeking the supernatural. Locals believe the forest is cursed. Stories of strange lights, UFO sightings, and mysterious disappearances have been passed down through generations, creating a rich tapestry of folklore and fear. These legends have made Hoia Baciu a cultural icon in Romania, symbolizing the unknown and the unexplainable. The forest is not just a place of fear, but also of deep cultural mystery, drawing in both skeptics and believers from around the world. The blend of history, folklore, and modern-day encounters makes Hoia Baciu a unique and compelling destination for paranormal enthusiasts. Visitors often report seeing ghostly apparitions and hearing disembodied voices. Some even claim to have seen faces staring at them from the trees. The most common sighting is that of shadowy figures moving between the trees, often accompanied by an overwhelming feeling of being watched. These sightings are so frequent that Hoia Baciu has been dubbed the world's most haunted forest. One visitor recounted seeing a transparent figure of a woman dressed in white wandering aimlessly through the forest. When approached, the figure vanished into thin air, leaving the visitor in a state of shock. Another chilling account involves a group of friends who heard a child's laughter echoing through the forest, only to find no one there. They later discovered that several children had gone missing in the forest over the years. A local legend speaks of a ghostly shepherd who roams the forest, searching for his lost flock. Those who have seen him describe a forlorn figure, his face hidden under a hood, leading an invisible herd. Another eerie encounter involved a hiker who saw a group of ghostly soldiers marching through the forest, dressed in old military uniforms. The hiker tried to approach them, but they disappeared into thin air. Visitors have also reported seeing floating orbs of light that seemed to follow them, only to vanish when approached. One particularly terrifying story involves a couple who saw a phantom carriage, complete with ghostly horses moving silently through the trees. They watched in horror as the carriage passed by, leaving no trace of its presence. Some have even reported encountering a headless horseman said to be the spirit of a soldier who lost his life in battle, galloping through the forest at midnight. An even more spine-chilling encounter occurred when a group of paranormal investigators set up camp in the forest for a night. They reported hearing whispers and footsteps around their tents, despite being alone. One investigator claimed to have seen a pair of glowing red eyes staring at him from the darkness, only to vanish when he tried to take a closer look. Another story tells of a young boy who went missing while playing near the forest. His parents found him hours later, sitting under a tree and talking to an unseen entity. The boy claimed he was speaking to the man with no face, who wanted to take him deeper into the woods. The forest became international attention in 1968, when biologist Alexandru Sift photographed a flying object resembling a UFO. Since then, countless UFO sightings have been reported, adding to the forest's enigmatic reputation. These sightings have drawn researchers and UFO enthusiasts from around the world, hoping to catch a glimpse of the unexplained. In 1974, a group of tourists reported seeing a large disc-shaped object hovering above the forest. The object radiated a bright light that illuminated the entire area before disappearing at an incredible speed. In recent years, hikers have captured strange lights and unexplained flying objects on their cameras and smartphones. Some of these recordings show lights moving in patterns that defy conventional aircraft movements. A particularly eerie encounter involved a local farmer who claimed to have been abducted by aliens while walking through the forest. He described being taken aboard a spacecraft where he was subjected to various experiments before being returned to the forest, hours later and miles away from where he had been taken. Another notable sighting occurred in 1993 when a group of campers saw a triangular-shaped craft with 3 bright lights hovering silently above them. The craft remained stationary for several minutes before vanishing without a sound. In 2002, a family reported seeing a series of small, glowing orbs darting through the trees, moving in synchronized patterns that defied explanation. One of the most bizarre incidents involved a tourist who captured footage of a cylindrical object hovering vertically in the sky. The object emitted a pulsating glow and then shot off at an unimaginable speed, leaving the witnesses stunned and confused. In 2010, a group of students on a field trip claimed to have seen a massive rotating sphere of light hovering over the forest. They described the sphere as emitting a low hum and radiating a heat that could be felt from a considerable distance. The sighting lasted for several minutes before the sphere shot upwards and disappeared into the sky. In 2015, a local hunter reported a close encounter with a silent, black triangular craft that hovered just above the treetops. The hunter experienced a sudden blackout and awoke several hours later with no recollection of what had happened during the missing time. More recently, in 2020, a drone enthusiast captured footage of an unidentified flying object moving at incredible speeds, performing maneuvers that defied the capabilities of any known aircraft. Many who venture into the forest report losing track of time, experiencing sudden bouts of nausea, and even temporary amnesia. There are numerous stories of people vanishing without a trace, only to reappear days later with no recollection of what happened. These disappearances add another layer of mystery to the already enigmatic forest. In one case, a local man went missing for several days. When he was found, he had no memory of where he had been or how he had survived. His clothes were intact, and he showed no signs of injury or distress, adding to the mystery. Another incident involved a tourist who disappeared while taking photographs. He was found 2 days later, miles away from where he was last seen, with no memory of how he got there. His camera contained several photos of strange lights and distorted figures. A chilling story involves a young woman who disappeared for a week. When she was found, she was in a catatonic state, unable to speak or move. Doctors were baffled, and she never recovered, adding another layer of fear to the forest's dark reputation. A particularly unnerving disappearance occurred in the late 1990s when a group of experienced hikers went missing in the forest. Search parties combed the area for weeks but found no trace of them. Months later, one of the hikers was found wandering in a nearby town, disoriented and with no memory of what had happened. Another unexplained case involves a family who vanished while picnicking near the forest's edge. Their belongings were found undisturbed, but there was no sign of the family. They were eventually found miles away, all suffering from severe memory loss and unable to explain how they had ended up so far from their original location. One of the most famous cases involves a local scientist who disappeared while conducting research in the forest. He was found weeks later, alive but incoherent, babbling about strange lights and beings that communicated with him telepathically. In another strange case from the early 2000s, a young couple went missing during a day hike. Friends and family were unable to reach them, and a search party was organized. They were found days later, unharmed but with no memory of the past several days. Their belongings, including watches and cell phones, were intact but had stopped working. A more recent disappearance involved a group of friends who were camping near the forest. They all vanished overnight, and their campsite was found deserted. They reappeared days later, miles apart from each other, all suffering from severe dehydration and confusion. They each had different, fragmented recollections of encountering strange beings and bright lights. Hoia Baciu Forest remains one of the most mysterious and terrifying places on Earth. Whether you believe in the paranormal or seek scientific explanations, the forest continues to intrigue and frighten those who dare to enter. What do you think? Is Hoia Baciu Forest truly haunted, or are there rational explanations for the strange phenomena? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, give us a thumbs up, share this video with fellow thrill seekers, and subscribe to the Phantasmal Eternity channel for more spine-chilling adventures. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.